supporting No Shame. It's something very dear to my heart and dear to Pikers and to everyone in the theater department. And yeah, let's get started.
Fabulous. First, we have just a few announcements. I promise to keep it short. First off, replay is next weekend. Next, we have Fall Dance Concert, November 7th and 8th. And then Mother Courage, our first. It's by Rex. It's about war and why it sucks, and it's going to be really cool in this space. It's going to be November 14th through the 16th, and then a second weekend on the 21st and 22nd. And it's going to be pretty fun, so you should all be there.
Alright, let's go over the rules. No Shame is not very strict. We only got 3 rules. First rule is, don't break the space. It's our only space. We like it. We need it. Be nice. 2 is don't break yourself because we like you and then you can't perform and it's messy and don't do that. And number 3 is don't break the law, but we're kind of less strict on that one. Just use no shade, right? And yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yes.
As you may have noticed, we don't have some pretty mic stands up here. First off, we believe in projections and how great that is, but we also can't find them because they're safe from ourselves. We have this.
Real.
And we have no shame about it. No shame. So, normally for No Shame, we have 5-minute max. So, at 4 minutes, we would give you a warning light like this. There we go. Yep, like that. And then at 5 minutes, we would slowly fade out. But this is the best of No Shame. It's even cooler. So instead of 5 minutes, we're giving all our acts 7 max. They might not go all the way to 7, but they have the choice to do so. So at 6 minutes, they'll get their warning light. And at 7 minutes, we will do this. See how pretty that was? It's pretty simple. Next up, we are dedicating this Best of No Shame to a dear friend of the Randolph College community and No Shame in the theater department. Her name was Kathy Tuna, and she passed away earlier this week. So we're keeping her friends and family and her husband, Matt, in our hearts tonight. And we're really, we're wanting this to be amazing for her, because this is something she really, really loves to do.
Yeah, I believe that's about it. We have special thanks to Bentley for hooking all this stuff up. Good job. Special thanks to Ricky's dad, who will be called Ricky's dad, sorry. But thank you. And thanks to Evan in the back who's filming this. If you don't want to be filmed, maybe you should let me know so we can cut it. But yeah, it will be filmed in the back and it will be put on YouTube. So for anybody who has an amazing time tonight, we can look it up on YouTube and it will be great. So, yay! Woo! Cool. Yeah! All right, we have this tradition. So when we say no, you say shame. No! Shame! No! Shame! No! Shame!
And our first act will be Teague Elliott playing beautiful music. Come right here.
The bucket, you know, sit right here. Is it working?
Hi.
Okay. Alright, I have to play some songs though, and so I'm gonna get started. And I'll ask him, what would you do? Would you pick a pill? There's a place for you. Ooh, fast approaching headlights and the great delight. Oh, fair walker, no, never mistake my name for yours. Your girl's eyes understand. 7 minutes are up, you know? Why'd you eat the apple? I begged you not to eat the apple, but you ate the apple, Caroline. You lusted after it the whole time. It's a good stuff, great decree, the hopes and bells. Breathing in ain't easy for us poor pilgrim, nearly free. On the path to the promised land, and I'm still plodding along after his hand. The old philologist apart, now he's okay to show you the way. My father should from the minibar, well, it's just a past problem and a concern all night. And what a big cigar, and it's burning flying flocky ashes falling over all the goes on up at the sky burial land. There's the eagles in the hand shrills. Now I don't understand. Give me an answer. Why'd you eat the apple? I beg you not to eat the apple, but you ate the apple, Caroline. Yeah, you lusted after it the whole time. Yeah, my grave is on the way at the end of the first cycle. Left me burn out and broken. Goddamn, you're right, I can't quit smoking. I quit turning up to be some token, sing some stolen slogan, approving fraud. Shoddy spokesman spilling secrets till the spell is broken, but that's okay. I never go that way. My father should from the minibar, well, it's just a past problem and I'm concerned all night. And what a big cigar, and the bird flying flock of ashes falling over all the at the sky burial, and there's the eagles eat the hand and trails. Now I don't understand, give me an answer. Why'd you eat the apple? Yo, I begged you not to eat the apple. Little drunk under the table, will you be there? Will you be able? Or oh my God, just up like Boss Hawk, back of the hot rod, get it on, yeah, but that's okay. Nobody wants to be that way. Yeah, my father from the minibar, but it's just a past problem and I'm concerned all night. What a big cigar, and we're the flying flag, and from all over all, and it goes on up at the sky burial, and there to see the eagles eat the hand trails. I don't understand, give me an answer. Why the fuck did you eat that apple?
The first poem came to me after 10 years of sitting through student presentations. Why do you laugh? Because you know. This is called Pothead Pete's English Presentation. Shakespeare, the top American writer ever, he wrote his plays as an English accent like Russell Crowe. Merchant of Venice is a problem play because it's about hard crap like racism and the civil rights movement. But not Martin Luther King, who was Southern. And not in Boston like the Bard, which is Willie's nickname. People call me Slash. Al Pacino's character in the movie adapted by Shakespeare just like the play. Except Shakespeare liked boys to play girls. And no girls were allowed in his theaters all over the globe. Even girl parts, like the chick who looks like Kate Blanchett, who dresses like a boy like Kate did when she played Bob Dylan, that girl's named after the car, Porsche, to indicate she's wealthy. Even those girls were boys, but nobody was gay back then, no offense. The Shylock wants a pound of Jeremy Irons to pay for his sins because Jews are going to hell according to the angel kind church, which is like Catholics, but their pope gets divorced. Queen Elizabeth, who still isn't dead, she banished the Jews. During the Holocaust, Hitler killed 6 million Jews. Israel was founded in 1948. One scholar, I like it like that 74 on cheappapers.com, suggested that Shakespeare was racist and hired a ghostwriter. Filled to a passionate oops, I wasn't supposed to, that was my note. So we can learn much intelligent from Merchant, even if we don't know Jews and we don't like Christians. In conclusion, a quote from Pacino, who starred in Scarface, and he was the devil in that one with Keanu Reeves. I am a Jew, have not a Jew hands. I'll skip ahead to standard time. If you prick us, do we not bleed? It's like, if you tickle us, do we not laugh? In conclusion, you grasp that Shakespeare is patriotic and would have stood on the white cliffs of Dover, Georgia with Dr. King. This next one, my last one here, is I'm sort of from all over the place. One of the places I've spent time is Nebraska. There's a little town in Nebraska called Funk. One day, a friend of mine who's a scientist, an agricultural scientist, she said, well, the cows are grazing the Funk Lagoon, so we can't go over there. And I just, I'm a language person, so I heard the phrase, grazing the Funk Lagoon, and I was like, pleasure. Grazing the Funk Lagoon, Funk, Nebraska, population 192. Loose on Funk's lonely lagoon, the cows tap their hooves till the farmer's truck off, and the old spotted heifer with black and white leggings spins a funkified record that rolls bass over the green, mushy fields. She claps to the mic and calls, "Yo, make it funky, y'all!" Like a mad fool, some horny bull steps in his own manure. The cowgirls chuckle, their knuckled knees sway and buckle in the rhythm of wind and flicking flies. In the sweat, in the heat, the whole herd moves. The stars spin for the cool cattle like they never could for the clever men in conditioned homes who sip cheap beer, and memories of nothing as wild-eyed as a night in Funky Town's lagoon. In the pulse of beef shaking, rump roast quaking, dancing beasts, a young stud Angus saunters to a Hereford wearing nothing but 2 patches of tight black leather. He says, "Hey baby, we go to slaughter tomorrow, let's milk the day." She says, "You ain't nothing but a half slab," and slaps him with her tail and jaunts away under the haze of moon. This is the way to live, grazing the Funk Lagoon. Thank you.
You didn't do what I did. shotgun on the plane.
Alright, so a teacher was in front of her elementary school class. They're all excited, they're gonna learn about animals. So she says, alright kids, what do you get from chickens? And they say, eggs! She says, alright now, what do you get from pigs? And they say, bacon! So then she said, alright kids, here we go. What do you get from big fat cows? And they say, homework!
So what do you get when you put 50 lesbians and 50 lawyers in a room together? 100 people who don't take dick.
Our next act is Charlene Cadell and community member Jeff Puckett.
Hi, I'm Darlene. I'm going to do a puppet skit called Monster Love. Monsters are cool. Monsters are neat. Puppet monsters got no feet. I love being a monster. We get lots of good ideas and we have lots of fun. I was watching YouTube and I saw this thing that where humans have a custom they call anniversary. It's a time when people who love each other buy nice presents. Well, my little sweetie and I have been married for 1 whole month. So I went to the toy store and I spent all my money on this pretty present. I can't wait to show it to her. She's gonna love this. Oh, honey, I make you cry. Listen, we don't need those silly human customs, do we? No, not really. We don't need some anniversary presents to show that we love each other, do we? No. We're together and that's all that matters. That's right. What should we do now? Let's forget all this nonsense about trying to please each other and just have sex.
Randolph way. A one, a two, a one, two.
Yes, girl.
Don't go on down through Main Hall with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't go on down through Main Hall with anyone else but me. Till I'm back at Randolph. Don't run naked through the dead at night. Water weight. 1. My mother always spoke of my birth as an emergence from some kind of sea. Whether embryonic, brackish, or warm, it didn't matter much. I still swam. 2. The first time I saw my mother cry, she was folding linen in the wind with the tips of her salty fingers. The laundry line snapped like the breaking of a wave. My father's shirt carried it away. 3. When I broke the vase with enameled waves, the slight cuppings of blue and green crumpled in my hands like sweaty gauze, my mother taught me the importance of prepositions. Do not forget that you were not born into this world, but out of this womb. 4. Sometimes when I look at the ocean, I see the sea. That is, the place my mother let go of my sister, born swimming still. 5. It was my father who once told me that fish secretly wish for the breaths in our lungs, for there is something draining in bearing the water's weight. 6. My mother used to sing me to sleep every night with a voice sinking in phrase, full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. 7. When no one is listening, I slide my bones out of their skin into the lull of salted green. I lie thrumming and let the velvet deep drown itself into me. Let the clotted water seep, way down these lungs. Help me sleep. This next poem is called Seekin's River, and it has an epigraph by the poet Richard Seekin from his poem Blue Theory. A man takes his sadness down to the river and throws it in the river, but then he's still left with the river. A man takes his sadness and throws it away, but then he's still left in his hands. So, Seekin's River. With your head in his hands, he is baptizing you with his tears like river water, like holy water, like any kind of water, muddy water even. But it feels calming, and you don't care, the rivulets along your cheekbones and your tiled temples, until you realize they aren't his tears, because he doesn't actually exist, at least not anymore. They are your tears, hot and steam sailing along your cold, cold cheeks, and you are again at that river, the one you have stepped into twice now, even though some ancient philosopher said you can't. Well, fuck him, because you can step into this river twice. This sadness that is your own version of Seekin's River, yet is really the same. Your lips are purple, and you've decided to stay with this river, if only for a little while. You're at this river again, left alone with your hands, wishing they were his hands, that your own fitful hands didn't exist and his could exist in their place. So you sit back, knees curled together like burning paper, hold your body close, retract your pulse, wheel blood out of flitting fingers. First reddish, then white and pink, purple and blue, black and dead. You toss them aside, frostbitten. But the blood has left your lips too, more purple than before, purple like the inside of blackberries, like the inside of charred amethyst, like the water rotting below the bank, miles deep. Your lips hold an icy chip off like hardened lipstick. But it's not your lipstick, it's your lips. It's your lips that you're most afraid to lose. You can't lose them. The only memory of him on them, his whole body flaking away with each purplish shard of skin, the dying black blood, your enemy now. You know him only by those lips. You felt all of him there. You run your lips over each curve of skin and patch of bone, each hair, each nail, each tense muscle, each tooth. Even the inside of his ribs and the soft seat of his pelvis, the bottoms of his feet and the veins behind the knee, the sacred, secret cavern inside his left ventricle, where he kept all his fears carved in bark, inside a bundle of twine and a silver thimble. You have held the motor cortex between your lips, sleepily parted, lethally dragging them, the gates of your memory, along each nerve ending, awakening the thighs, abdomen, shoulder, elbow, wrist, eyelid, and jaw. His entire skeleton and skin permanently burrowed in the most striking nook, the most delicate cranny of you, electrified and swarming. And now you've lost him. Your lips are blackened and screaming. And there are those tears, his tears, your tears. Whose tears? Look up, uncurl your knees, the branches of the paper turning green, unfolding back into trees. Stand up, see the river frozen and rippling. The same river you stepped into twice, the same river you will always return to, no matter the fact that Heraclitus shrieks difference. It will always be the same. You will always be the same. You will always see death on the other side of the bank, his shoulders shrugged and his lips as purple, as blackened and screaming as yours. He has returned as well, has sat on the same bank and watched you, every time you come back to this river. Heraclitus' mistaken river, Seekin's inscrutable river, your own fucked up river. He has given his hands to you, but the sneakish things always find their way back. He has tried to give the boy back to you, but the tired thing cannot go. He won't. This river will always call you back, always give you nothing in return. Death strokes his lips and whispers out to you. He was so beautiful, every inch I can feel him. The pearls that were his eyes, the tiny capillaries like taut yarn, his marrow lonely and trusting, collarbone like a newborn twig, each lung heavy and sad like wetted wings. So lovely. And all you can do is touch your lips. Feel them one last time. Feel the inside of his thighs, his spinal cord like wet rope, the lining of his pancreas, warm and slightly sweet, the alveoli of his right lung like mossy stones, his own lips like the sea lapping and engulfing you, saying sorry, holding your hand, washing with salt and heat and goodbye, too. And then he's gone. And death looks over at you tired with those tears on his lips. I have love, too. This river will always be the same.
I'm treasurer. I don't know how, but I am.
I'm Sarah Sturker. I'm the secretary.
I'm Kira Calvarez, and I am the vice president.
Sometimes we do things.
Sometimes they're funny.
This is not one of them. All right, so we're going to play a game that we love and hope that you will too, called speed dating.
Maybe you've done it.
Maybe you haven't. You'll figure it out. So, how you been?
I polish clocks for a living.
That wasn't what I asked. How you been?
Good.
How's your clock?
It is polished. I didn't take my Xanax this morning.
So, you're one of those crazy girls, aren't you?
No, my psychiatrist says I'm fine.
So you're one of those crazy girls.
Do you polish your clocks?
You can polish my clock if you want.
I charge $25 a clock.
I don't need my clock polish.
Ding.
Ding.
Hey, you're not.
Good.
Name's Bubba Gump, please. Give her a hand. Take my hand, friend.
I just. One second.
You one of them germaphobes?
No, my hands are just really sweaty
Oh,
right
man,
now.
I bet you wouldn't like mudding then. You ever gone mudding before?
Ever gone what?
Mud, you take a truck out, go to smart, get mud. Don't mud, it's mud.
Ding.
Hey, you're not.
What are you supposed to be?
Name's Bubba Gump, certified plumber at your service. I do pipes.
Pipes?
Pipe gets broke, come fix it. Pipe getting broke, I come anyway, you just won't see, I don't know. Mario Brothers on that Nintendo? You know it, right?
Do they let anyone into these things?
Well, I took a test, they said I did okay.
You took a test.
Yeah, it's a plumber's test.
Yeah, well, I took a test and I specifically said no plumbers. I dated a plumber once and it didn't go well.
We probably didn't pass tests. Probably weren't real plumbers, that's all I'm saying. Real plumbers, good people. I ain't met no bad plumber before.
I don't know, I met a few.
Ding.
Right?
Hey. So,
why are you here? Where's your boyfriend?
My boyfriend. Oh, last time I saw him, he was with that little filly from Chicago, so I guess he's not my boyfriend anymore, is he?
So your boyfriend's single.
My boyfriend's single. Well, I'm single. I'm pretty single. He's not all that single.
But, so where is he? You said he was single.
No, I said he ran off with the little filly from Chicago. I'm here because it got boring at the sequin factory, and I thought this might be fun.
You work at a sequin factory?
Don't judge me.
So why isn't your personality as sparkling as your job?
Because of men like you.
Men like me are the reason they have a sequin factory.
Not men like you.
Yeah, you can have just the tip.
Excuse me, I'm a classy lady. I want the whole thing or no deal.
Hi, I'm
When was the last time you even got a haircut?
I don't think.
Look at you showing up to this thing all ungroomed. What are you doing with yourself?
I use so much gel on this. Don't touch it.
My only question is, when was the last time you took a bath?
I showered.
Really?
Enough.
I showered before this event and I did my nails and got all done up and now I got 2 minutes with you.
Well, that's nice. You gotta wash off the. I didn't spend.
I smelt you when I walked in.
I bet you liked it.
Well, if you like garbage cans.
I do. I work at the garbage plant. That's what I do. If you hadn't interrupted me, you wouldn't know. I separate garbage.
I work at Victoria's Secrets.
What's your secret?
I'm not wearing any Victoria's Secret right now.
I like that in a woman. You know what else I like in a woman? A good sense of style.
Do you remember the time that we fell in love?
It's been 2 seconds.
I like to live my life off the wall.
I like to live my life in the moment.
My name's Jackson Michael Joseph. Pleased to meet you. Is your name Billie Jean?
No.
Good, because she's not my lover. You're real thrilly, you know that?
Jane.
Can you see?
Yeah, mostly.
That's pretty dangerous.
Is it? My mom says it's fine.
Or is it a lot?
Yeah, I do actually.
Why are you here?
Oh no, man, I'm pretty decongested.
Next we have Giovanna.
I love you.
Me too. Okay, I wrote some spoken word, and it's a 3-part story. So, first one is called The First Time. The first time is always so special. No one can break down your hide, though people may try. Everything becomes so clear. What you see, how you feel, who is far and who's near. The first time happens only once for a reason. You can never take it back. But then, why would you want to? It could change your life forever or just for that season. Whether good or bad, it makes you stronger. It molds you into who you were meant to be. And though there may be so many moments to come, there's nothing like the first time. The first time is always so special. Second one is called Don't Come Any Closer. Our sparkle is fading. There are more silent moments, less laughter, less memories to cherish. But remember when we first met? Remember our first kiss? Remember our first everything? Where did those times go? Now I want you nowhere near me, so just don't come any closer. We no longer fit. Our puzzle pieces are broken. I know you're not good for me, and yet my heart wants to stay, though my mind says run, and yet again, I want you close. But look at us now. Look at what you have become, and what about me? I no longer recognize myself. This is not me. This is not you. We're strangers now, so don't come any closer. My third one is called Quality.
Yes!
Well, I guess you can all tell that it's my favorite one. I tried and I tried and I tried. I gave and I gave and I gave, but you could not seem to see the quality that is in me. You violated, you destroyed, you took away what makes me free, but you did not take away the quality that is in me. The day is finally here, where I can sing happily, where I can shine with no fear, where I can be who I want to be, go where I want to go, and see who I want to see. You took, but I overcame. You showed no remorse, but I forgave. Now that I'm free, you're begging for the quality that is in me.
Do we have Alfred? Obviously,
The song's name is Jesus. My father says I can walk on water. My guts tell me I have no father. Call me a bastard, it doesn't bother me. My father tells me that we're all equal, and why the bad things happen to good people. Well, I'm an exception, so it doesn't bother me. Because my name is Jesus. Against who? My father says I can walk on water. My guts tell me I've got no father. Call me a bastard, it doesn't bother me. My father tells me that we're all equal, and what bad things happen to good people. I'm an exception, so it doesn't bother me. Because my name is Jesus. On gin and juice. Because I'm the son of God. Deal with it! You see me walking down the street, talking to my feet because I'm fucking drunk. And you know I do whatever I want! Because I'm the son of God. I am the sun and the moon and the fiery month of June. I'm the poet's muse. Gin is the drink I choose. My name is Jesus, and I love to say it. Yeah.
marvelous.
Test, awesome.
You got it, bro.
Can we have perfect silence? This is scary.
I drop knowledge pages like colleges, drop languages, abolish any anxiousness before y'all asses vanquished. It's CIA, see I ain't no one to play with, flying out the gate or straight out the matrix. Just because you see me kicking it like Payless, don't think I hesitate to take blood. Play test, doctors say next, come get your AIDS test. Your ass is broke, I carry grants like May West. Trip off button high school like Apex. Hyperbolic, zoom out, see my apex. A southern animal, I pack a line and it spits. I'm a fucking cannibal like Jeffrey Dahmer and shit. Cause I pick out the dead meat like toothpicks. I got some new sticks for useless eunuchs. My gray goose gets me tuned in to drop gold. Like my name was Midas and I just picked up a hot stove. So what you can drop pop cause you got dough. Don't mess with me, I've been shopping at Costco. Bitch. Shoplift. The only goodwill between us is stuck inside my pocket. Write the dollars down that I drop and don't get upset. You looking suspect cause you haven't picked it up yet. Rapper on the outside, but his heart lax and steep. Melts before he jumps. Soft Willie from Chocolate Bar Factory. Drops a bar, the package sweet, but peels open like cabbage meat. I'll erase you like all sides, Alt F4 back delete. Then waste you like offside plays with a ball pass complete. I'm all that you see, no evil like 6-hand monkeys. Pick up sticks randomly just to lay them out straight. That's you in an open casket days after your wake. Open the door, pull the buckle from about in my shoe. My nursery rhymes go harder, better, louder than you. My music will pop your top off like a pimple or an aspirin. I always keep it classy cause I know it won't pass with absences. Give no fucks like Catholic pastors who practice abstinence to classicists. I'm Oedipus, the motherfucking king. Excellence, couldn't touch a thing off of my dangerous lyrical affluence. Mad because you didn't reach as high as me to be catching this. Masochist, I make my own monsters on some Jurassic shit. Desperate not to be just like every white boy who raps like this. I know I still ain't mastered this, but all of my shit is practice, bitch. Rap is just an outlet for me to express my happiness. One thing real quick. I know there are some young aspiring rappers at Randolph College, some Randolph students who want to learn how to rap. So let me just give you this piece of advice. If any one of y'all motherfuckers comes at me with some shit that is one iota weaker than that, then iota come back and put the I out of you.